Welcome back, our dear viewers, and we are back with our guest this evening, Dr. Rania Azmi, the founder of Alexandria Decisions and the president of Fadia Survive and Thrive Cancer Association. Welcome back, Dr. Rania, and you are enlightening us this evening with the information you're sharing with us. So we're really wondering about the strategic role. Let's talk about strategy and the strategic role of mentorship. Urgent, like especially across the international context. What can you tell us about it?
Wonderful focus on the strategic importance of mentorship, because the classical way of looking into mentorship is that is something like I will give you an advice, or I will walk the walk with you because I have been to that road before you. But if we look about it like, as you said, strategic, it's something completely, I would say, game changer. Strategic mentorship will be related to how you can scale your success and let's agree, mentorship in entrepreneurship, to be strategic, someone as an entrepreneur, they just started their idea, trying to transform it into a business. Whether this business will thrive or have some challenges, that's a different story. But in this strategic mentorship, it will ensure that it's scalable. So it's not only successful, something that can expand it. You can proactively counter any challenges, not to wait until you have the problems. And there is something that is mostly overlooked. It's something related to when you have this strategic mentorship, you will have privileged access to the networks of the mentor. And that goes to an idea I might have shared in this very program a couple of months ago, the identity capital and the social capital. While you're having access to this network, you are tapping in your social capital.
Exactly, it's always important. So, Doctor, let's talk in general. You know, you've witnessed and you witness people from different, like you interacted with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different identities, different, let's say, academic degrees. And we would like to ask you about your research. How can it be applied when it comes to the challenges of the region and the culture and different continents, let's say?
Absolutely.
And we would like to know more about your research, how it applies in different continents. Let's have an example like Kuwait, Lisbon, and Milan.
Oh, nice cities that you showed. So I would say I don't like to corner Lisbon as only in the cancer research. So but it has been the majority of my travels there related to cancer cause. But for Milan and Kuwait, most of the research, and I would say my academic / consultancy business, all are practical. I can take a step back. When people ask about my PhD, I say it's in applied mathematics, decision making, but I hated pure mathematics. So that gives you an indication. Any work that I do, like long time ago, even before my PhD, until this moment, for the last 26 years, has to be applicable. So back to your question, if it's how it is applied. In Kuwait, I have been I would say having these development programs, I call it, in the banking sector, in the oil and gas sector, and in other aspects. So it's interestingly needed here, things related to decision making in the era of AI and how we should be responsible decision makers.
Always.
And be informed about our information and alternatives.
Definitely. And Doctor, also with our lovely country Kuwait, was so special about it that we have, mashallah, a lot of smart and willing entrepreneurs. And of course, you
100%.
interacted with them, and you interacted with them, especially with your research and your seminars, and they attended. I've witnessed it. And
Yes.
I would like to talk about the practical takeaway from your talks that can entrepreneurs apply immediately after they leave the seminar or they finish the seminar.
So let's agree on something, and maybe this is my own perspective. If the technical part, like the profit and loss management and proactively managing your budgeting, because these important, like you have to be financially viable as an entrepreneur to keep going. But I would say if you ask me one takeaway, is your own wellness as a professional. If you take care of yourself, you will
Must
be
be.
able to take care of anything, your families, your business, and everything. Without that, you might survive for a couple of years before, God forbid,
Anything can
be
happen.
disturbed or something.
Exactly.
Because this is what life is about. We have to have this sense of wellness, despite all the challenges and complexities and uncertainties in the world. We have to keep going.
And what about the, let's say, the entrepreneurial ecosystem across 31 countries and 80 cities you visited? Tell us the difference between.
Yeah, I'm
It's a hard
smiling.
question. I know
I'm
we cannot
smiling
pick
because
a
no, you
city by
have
city or country by country.
yes, but I'm smiling because you have an accurate count. This is nice. It means someone is paying attention.
Well calculated. Yeah.
Well calculated. Yes, this is my own perspective. I think there are. If I look into differences, I will count them. If I look into similarities, I will count them. If the controlling factor will be why we are checking these differences. Like if you're talking about entrepreneurship, certainly there are some differences related to the social, economic, technological, and even cultural inherited habits that can be sometimes stronger than business habits in different countries. So if a country their time management, for example, if I say like we have to start at 8 p.m. and they come at 9 p.m. and it's totally normal without even saying sorry, is different than a culture if you come 8:01, you are late. So these are small differences, but it makes all the difference if we are talking about the business rules and how you should start working on it.
Definitely. So we're really thankful to you again, Doctor, for the information you shared with us tonight. But in conclusion, we'd like to ask you, or would you please give us a spotlight about the cancer activities that equally vital to professional endeavors?
Well, that's the dearest cause to my life. And I know it's easy for people to ask about investment or cancer, but I am much more than that. Other interest. There has been many, like starting with your earlier, the first question, last year in November, because it's a sequence that's continued until now. I have been part of the steering committee for the Advanced Breast Cancer Global Alliance, working on something called Decade Report and the Global Charter. And this is related to everything related to advanced breast cancer. So a decade that is reviewed and future that defined in issues like quality of life, like access to quality data, the communications between oncologists and patients. So it's a huge deal, and I'm very humbled and honored to have been part of that. And now this is accessible for the whole world, not to reinvent the wheel, like access what the gaps that exist in cancer care that can be accessible through ABC Global Alliance. And also published in the Breast Cancer Journal outside my field, but it didn't stop there. This year I became in the editorial and also published in the Breast Cancer Journal outside my field, but it didn't stop there. This year I became in the editorial, invited to be in the editorial board of the Journal of Patient Experience.
That's great.
So reviewing,
congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lot of responsibility. It's just an interesting twist because
a new challenge.
A new challenge because 10 years ago or a decade ago, I would submit my abstract in cancer causes that outside my field, and I would hope that the scientific committee would accept it because it's, you know, it's furthering the objectives of the conference or the journal. Now I am in the committee of the abstract review for the World Cancer Congress that's taking place in 2026. Later this year, so it's very humbling as well. I need to remember other things. Of course, how I would forget that, but the World Cancer Day, we had it in our beloved Kuwait, like in February,
Definitely.
like with the esteemed presence, even from yourself and many prominent figures. It was wonderful gathering that we have to remember the World Cancer Day with collaboration, even with the colleagues from Serbia, especially Mdonة, Serbia. So I was very humbled.
It's a great
and
experience.
just to conclude, just for the viewers, we have hundreds of billions of brain cells. so we can use them in volunteering work and profession.
Definitely. Many thanks to you again, Doctor, for being this evening with us on Hala Kuwait. We wish you enjoy your evening and wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. The viewers, we just had with us Dr. Rania Azmi, the founder of Alexandria Decisions and president of Fadia Survive and Thrive Cancer Association. Let's go and share with you now our third report of the evening. They'll be right back. Stay with us.